On today's Moving the Chains, Jerel, the new head coach of the Chapin Eagles, Cory Helms.
Yeah, another interesting interview. Got to catch up with Coach Helms, a little whirlwind. We caught up with him last year, new stop this year. Great plan for the future. Really excited to see him take this leap. He's gone, from Skiza, to Pillion and now to a big school here at Chapin. So it's going to be a lot of fun to watch him continue to grow as a coach. And was, again, fun catching up with him today.
A guy who has won everywhere he's been in a program that needs some new life. So excited to see what he can bring to the
Yeah.
table there for the Eagles. So once again, on Moving the Chains today, Cory Helms, the new head coach of the Chapin Eagles. And always follow us on YouTube at Moving Chains. That's MOVINCHAINS.
Get ready for the ultimate South Carolina high school football experience with Movin The Chains. From previews to recaps, we've got you covered. Dive into our expert preview shows, predicting winners and sharing insights. Then join us post-game for the thrilling recaps, exclusive interviews, and highlights you won't find anywhere else. Plus, connect with fellow fans on our Friday night spaces on Twitter/X. No one covers South Carolina high school football like us. Join us at Movin Chains on all social media platforms and visit movinchains.com today.
Welcome into Moving the Chains, brought to you by Founders Federal Credit Union. I'm Calvin Thomas alongside Jerel Hendricks. Got a very special guest, a recurring guest today, the new head coach of the Chapin Eagles, Cory Helms. Coach, how you doing today?
I'm good. Thanks for having me. Yeah, recurring. Hopefully this is the last time for a while.
We appreciate your time, Coach. We really do. If this is you guys' first time tuning in, be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter/X, Instagram, YouTube, and more at Movin Chains, our website, movinchains.com, and our podcast on Apple, Spotify, Google, and more. Coach Helms was hired in January. He was the head coach at Pillion this past season. Prior, he was a head coach at Cardinal Newman, an assistant at Gray Collegiate, and a graduate assistant at South Carolina. He played collegiately at the University of South Carolina and Wake Forest, and in the NFL with the New Orleans Saints and the Cincinnati Bengals. Coach, let's start with the transition. What's that been like going from Pillion to getting settled in here now at Chapin?
Settled in I think I'm finally just now settled in. It was kind of a wild transition. It happened so fast. Like, I think they announced it and I pretty much started that day. Whereas like when I went to Pillion, like it was announced and then I had like a month till my official start date, I mean, I started like that. So it was drinking water from a fire hose for a little bit. But it's been really good. The kids have been super receptive and everybody around has been awesome to work with. So I have no complaints.
Coach, let's talk about your background. I mean, it's been a pretty whirlwind ride for you over the last few years. But if you don't mind filling in, stops in your coaching career and some playing career as well for the Chapin fans out there.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, definitely whirlwind the last 12 months. But yeah, when I finished playing, I GA'd with Coach Muschamp at South Carolina, and then went on to Gray. I was at Gray for 3 years, strength coach and O-line coach. And then Cardinal Newman was my first head job. I was there for 3 years. And then I moved on. I wanted to be in public school, moved on to Pillion last year. Had zero intentions of it being a one-year thing. I really loved that place, and the kids and everything there was awesome. And it just so happened that my dream job opened up, and I would have been mad at myself if I didn't go after it. And then, yeah, playing career started out at Wake. Started every game since I stepped on campus and transferred. That was before, still had a penalty, but I didn't redshirt at Wake, so I redshirted, and then which was a good year to redshirt. It was the year Carolina went 3-9. So I didn't blow that year of eligibility. And then, moved on.
Well, Coach, we mentioned that you were hired, pretty early in the cycle. How much did that help with getting a staff in place? And are those guys all set? Are you looking for a couple guys? But who are some guys you could shout out off of that staff you put together so far?
No, that helped tremendously. And a place like Chapin too. Chapin is such a good school that teachers don't really leave. So it's hard to find positions in the building. It's not like, some other places I've been or really just anywhere. I mean, it's such a great place to teach that once people go there, they kind of stay. So That's been a battle, but it's good and bad. But that helped a lot. We have a smaller staff, I guess, than they've had for a while. But we were able to bring in a couple guys. One guy that I would work with for the last few years. Everybody else is going to be new that I've never worked with before. Some guys that were on staff previously, and then some guys that I was able to hire in the process, but I've still never worked with. So there's only one guy that I've ever worked with before. So, and his name's Zach Stout, and he coaches O-line, and he's got the worst job in the state. So, but he's really good at signals, and he's been kind of my right-hand man the last few years. And but he does a great job. Was able to hire Ethan Beamish, young guy, played at Flora as quarterback coach, really sharp. He's going to be a star in the coaching ranks. And then got a good mixture. We got a wide variety. Tony Labazetta, who's been a head coach at Palmetto Prep and been coaching for a really long time. Keith Chapman, who's coached at Newberry College for the last 20-plus years, was able to bring those guys with us too. They bring a lot of experience, a lot of knowledge, and a lot of guys returning on staff that are really, really solid. Casey McWethy was on staff last year, but he's going to be our defensive coordinator. Guy lives and breathes football. He's a nut job, but he's awesome. He's super detailed and obsessed with it. Cal Sager does a great job. John Clanton does a great job. There's a lot of really good coaches on staff too. Andrew Drozdak, another guy that's just really loyal and works his butt off. So we got a good mix.
We got to give the fan base and I guess some of your competitors a peek behind the curtain. What are some of the offense and defensive schemes that you plan on running this year, this version of Chapin?
Yeah, offensively, I mean, we're going to be the same we've always been. Not necessarily scheme wise, but we're going to have the same pillars. We're going to run the football. And then we're going to be good in the play action game, good in the take shots. I love taking shots in the pass game, and we're going to be very multiple. We're going to line up in 45 different formations and 10 different personnel groupings, and that's kind of what I do. So my goal is on Monday, they got to spend a lot of time lining up, and our kids do a good job. They learn it, and we make them. I mean, there's no you got to learn it. So they do a good job. Defensively, we're based out of a 4-2-5. We can get in different structures without even changing personnels. And we'll be a little multiple, but we're based out of a 4-2-5. Like I said, our defensive coordinator is a really aggressive guy, and he likes bringing pressure and doing some crazy stuff in coverages with different matches and whatnot, keeping people on their toes. But that's kind of our base structures.
Coach, who are some kids coming back that you've identified that might be stars for you this year? We should keep an eye out for on Fridays this fall.
Yeah, we have a lot of young kids. We got a lot of kids coming back that are going to be really, really good football players that haven't necessarily played a lot of varsity football, which is encouraging for the future. We'll have a lot of juniors playing this year. We'll have some sophomores playing this year. And we have the seniors that are going to be playing this year are really solid. So I always tell people it's not as bad as it seemed. I promise that. But tight end, Dalton Gravel, he played defense last year, moving him to tight end. He's a big 6'3", 200-pound kid, really athletic, one of the faster kids on the team too. But physical, he's got the mold to play tight end for me. And he's going to do really well. We have two really good running backs. Harper Ellerby, who played last year as a freshman. I always tell people he's built like Shipley from Clemson. I mean, he's 6 foot, 195-ish, close to 200. His lower body's big. And like, if you look at him, you're like, you think he's 18, 19 years old, and he's, a baby. But he's going to be a really good running back. Charlie Howell, is going to be a star at running back too. He's going to be a rising junior. So I feel like we got two that we can play with and do a lot of different stuff with. Quarterback, Tyler Black, he's had a good offseason. He played a little bit last year as a sophomore. He's had a really good offseason. He does some things that you're like, wow, this kid can be special. Once he's consistent, like he's gonna be really good. And our offensive line, we got 4 junior starters right now, and 1 potential sophomore starter. So all of them can be back. We have 1 senior, Luke Prochak. That's it. So out of I would say our top 6 right now is 1 senior, and they're all big, anywhere from 6'1", 295 to 6'5", 300. A couple 6'2", 6'3", 280s in the middle. Like they're all big, they're all athletic, and they all have. I mean, they got a shot to be a really special unit. And then receiver-wise, I'm on offense first, if you can tell. But receiver-wise, we have a lot of size. At receiver. Kid named Zaron Mack. He goes by Ziggy. He's going to play receiver and corner for us. He's one of the better athletes I've been around. Great athlete. He just started with us, and great kid. Nyshawn Palmore, another guy that can really run. Anderson Stutz is like Mr. Steady. Like, I mean, he just got offered by Brevard College. He's just one of those guys that, like, he's always making a play. Like, I've never seen him drop a pass. He's physical. Like, he's one of the more physical receivers I've been around too. Connor Finney, when he's healthy, he can go. So it's just, we got some good pieces on offense. Defensively, our D-line, you got to start with Clint Gentry. He's like a bull, 400-pound bencher. Just, he's low, he's short. You know, he's 5'10", 5'11". He's got that center of gravity that big O linemen hate. And he's just a psycho football player. He's always winning. And then Parker Collins right behind him at linebacker. Those 2 guys were both all-region players last year. So they should be able to lead our defense. Charlie Todd at safety was also another guy that started last year. So those 3 guys, we got 1 on each level playing really good football. I think they'll be great for us. Caleb Kreitzer, another inside linebacker, 200 pounds. James Goss, junior defensive lineman. He's 6'2", 255 pounds. Garrett Graham, he's 6'1", 300 pounds, nose guard. We got some really good size. I mentioned Ziggy at corner. Trey Pollock, another young kid, sophomore. All these guys outside of a few are underclassmen. So it's going to depend on what they do, but they got potential to be really good players.
Coach, and looking at your background and talking to you again this year, I mean, you have unique experiences. I mean, you played football at the highest level. You've coached not only in Skeeza, you've done public school coaching, you've done charter school coaching. So you've had everything in your background. What have you been able to draw from those past experiences that have kind of helped you? Because you're still a really young coach, but you have a wealth of knowledge. What have you been able to draw from those previous stops to really help you here so far?
I mean, I think the coolest thing about it is, like you said, the differences. Like, every school is so different. Like, Gray was something I've never been a part, like never even heard of. And then you go to the Skeeza ranks, and that's just a different world. I mean, it's just a different world in the private school ranks, and good football, but also just a lot of different variables that you don't really think of. And then you go to Pillion, and it's small town, rural area, a bunch of tough kids, but you deal with battles there that you've never seen with before, you know. And then now you go, and then obviously at South Carolina, but I'm just talking high school, and then you go to Chapin, and it's a whole nother different battles you've never seen before. So it's pretty neat. It's a cool experience. Definitely eye-opening in a lot of different areas, but I think it's helped me just with, like, you're kind of prepared for really anything that happens. And you've got a wide variety of kids you've dealt with, and helps you build relationships and kind of understand what's going on with certain situations. But yeah, it's definitely been a ride.
Coach, we said earlier, you got the job pretty early and you basically started, that day. How helpful was it to go ahead and get in the building, get to meet, the kids and some of the admin stuff like that as you started to kind of instill what you wanted in here in this program?
Yeah, it was huge. I'll say the first week though, I pretty much observed because like I said, when I went to Pillion, I had a month. So I had a month to prepare, a month to, get everything set up and whatnot. At Chapin, I didn't even really know where the weight room was, so, and I was starting that day. I had no idea the class schedule or nothing. So the first couple of days I pretty much observed, but it helped a lot. I was able to get in front of all the players. I was able to meet with seniors, meet with players, met with just about everybody. And basically we started. I mean, we started the new system. I guess it was probably, I don't want to be wrong, I think it was a Tuesday that I started there, and I think Monday we started the new offseason program. But it was still early in January, so it was still, the whole offseason. And yeah, feels like we haven't stopped.
Yeah, Coach, we're catching up with you midsummer here, and Kevin, that you getting into the building really early, so you're able to go through spring and stuff like that. What's the biggest takeaway that you've kind of, identified from this particular group through the spring and into this first half of, all season summer workouts so far?
We the biggest takeaway that I'll say, and we were actually in one of our consequences because we didn't have a great day, and the guys we had one of our things that they had to do, and without saying it on air. And one of our assistant coaches looked at me and was like, you know what? This is one of the hardest working teams I've been around. There's 90-95% of those kids that are some of the hardest workers I've been around. You can tell them what to do, and they're going to do it to the best of their ability. So that's probably been my biggest takeaway, is they work really hard. And they're receptive. Obviously some kids here and there are different, but they're very coachable and they work really hard. That's my biggest takeaway. Yeah.
Well, Coach, we're sitting here. It's midsummer. It's kind of that 7-on-7 time and whatnot. Did y'all do a lot of that this year with it being your first year? Are you a fan of it? Did you do any 11-on-11 stuff? What's your summer, I guess, program kind of been like?
Yeah, we're pretty filled up on 11-on-11s. We did the USC 7-on-7 tournament. We always do that. Kids enjoy it. It's a good experience. It's very well run. And then we did a joint 7-on-7 with a couple teams the other day. Everything else we do joint practices. I'm a line guy. I think you build your team around skill guys in the pass game, then you're asking for a terrible football culture. So we do joint practices. We've done them with Dreer. We've done them with Irmo. We got Newberry and Hillcrest coming up. We got AC Flora coming up. So a bunch of good programs that can. We did it with Swansea. So good programs that can help each other get better. But I was a big 11-on-11 guy. As long as you go with the right people that you can control the environment, and guys understand staying off the ground and understanding the tempo, things are going to get chippy here and there. But if you got a coach that you can is going to control his guys, it's a great thing.
So, Coach, no way to kind of sugarcoat this. Got to be frank here. Your bunch did not have a good go of it last season. What's something that you kind of really identified when you got into the building? Hey, I want to change this to kind of build, the program in my culture in a particular way.
Yeah, no, I saw something. They lost every game last year, and they lost 9 of them by 22 points or more, and they graduated 40 seniors. So, there is no way to sugarcoat it. It's not but I will say, like I said earlier, it's not as bad as it seems. There's a lot of young talent, and a lot of potential in the group. I think the biggest thing that we do, and I don't really know, to be honest. I do the same thing with everybody. I'm the same person every stop I've been at, and we do the same system. We like everywhere I've been, like we have the same structure. We have the same. There's no like magic formula that I come in and just like poof, this is my culture. Like it's like I think you just got to be authentic and be yourself every single day, and the kids got to see you every single day. I don't know, like I wish there was a magic formula, but I don't have it. I'm myself and I'm authentic, and I think our kids know that I work really hard, and I think they know that I got their backs on everything. And in turn, I mean, I hope that's why they play hard for me. But I don't have a magic poof. I think when we got there, the biggest thing we did was just start working together. We started doing some different stuff that they haven't really done in the past, like morning practices and some morning mat drill stuff. Our open season was really productive, different than they've done. I mean, everything's been a little different. Like we did a true open season with actual practices and, so it's a little different stuff here and there, but I don't think there's a magic formula.
Coach, how has this community and the school system and admin really embraced you and your vision for this program once you've kind of gotten settled in there at Chapin?
Yeah, the cool thing about Chapin is it's obviously a 5A school and it's growing. It's going to be one of the bigger schools. We're on the lower side of 5A right now, but I'm telling you, in the near future, it's going to be in the upper half of 5A in terms of enrollment. But it's got the small town vibe. Like Chapin, basically was built around Chapin High School, and it's still got the small town vibe. It's still got that feel, and it's really cool. If you go to a game, and I've seen pictures, I've been to games. I mean, they pack it out. The stadium's packed. The student section's probably one of, if not the best student sections in the whole state. So that feel is really cool, and I think they love winning. I went and watched the state championship baseball game, and that was the most crowded baseball game I've ever seen. And I'm standing with some of my coaches, and he's talking about all these alumni that are there and here and there, and he's like, if you win, everybody's going to be here. So there's a lot of support in the town. The school building's been great. They've been trying to help me with everything in terms of some of our plans with, our football classes and staff and stuff like that. So, like I said, I have no complaints. It's been all good.
Everyday life means everyday expenses. Spend smarter with a Founders Federal Credit Union credit card, offering you low rates and big rewards where it matters most. Enjoy all the benefits of saving while using your Founders Essential MasterCard. Make every swipe and tap count with smart rates, big rewards on select cards, and no balance transfer or annual fees. Because your money should go where you want it to. That's the power of Founders Federal Credit Union. Apply today at foundersfcu.com. Relax. You're with Founders.
Couple easier ones for you, Coach. Let you go today. On the bus to an away game, your office on a home game. What's the playlist these days for you as you get ready to take the field on Fridays?
Music to me, it's probably the most wide variety you get. It's going to be anything from Leonard Skinner and AC/DC and some of the newer Luke Combs, Morgan Wallen, stuff like that, all the way to NBA Youngboy and Boozy and T.I. and Lil Wayne.
Running the gauntlet, I love it.
Yeah, it's the most wide variety you'll get. Usually on the bus ride, it's more of like the Leonard Skinner and stuff like that. And then once we get a little closer, it's more of the Boozy ranks. But definitely a wide variety of it.
Kevin emphasized you're a recurring guest, so this question's coming. We rely on boots on the ground to let us know where are the great restaurants in each area of this state. So where have you identified in Chapin, some spots to go to if me and Kevin come down for an Eagles game?
No brainer. First start is Farm Boys. Farm Boys is a all-you-can-eat buffet barbecue right next to the school. They're open Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And Thursday at 5, trust me, I know, Thursday at 5. But that place is really good. I've been there 1,000 times. I used to live in Chapin too, so I know all the spots already.
Oh, here we go. That's what I'm talking about.
Zorba's on the corner. Great food. La Fagata in town. It's one of my favorite Mexican restaurants. It's different than any other La Fagata too. Like I don't know what ownership or whatnot, but that place is amazing. And they're building, like they just put in a Chapin Ale House right on the other side of the school. I've been there once, so I can't give you a full review on it, but that place is good too. But if you're coming to a game, you got to stop at Farm Boys.
Farm Boys it is.
Yeah, you're not going to want to eat at the concession stand, but that place is really good.
Love it.
Awesome. Well, last one, Coach. I know it's still kind of early, but, what are some goals you have set for 2026 for this Chapin Eagles bunch?
I always say the politically correct thing of maximizing our kids' potential in every aspect, but I really do believe that this year, just maximizing their potential, because like I said, I've probably used the word several times. We have a lot of potential in our group. A lot of guys who just haven't been on the Friday night stage yet, but they're really talented football players. So if we can maximize our potential, I think it's going to lead to victories, obviously, on the scoreboard, but I think it's going to lead to building a future of success here for Chapin football.
Well, this has been great. I want everyone to go check out Coach Helms and the Eagle program on social media. They do a great job updating things about their kids and the program, so certainly follow them on there. Like I mentioned, follow us on all social media, our website, movingchains.com, and our podcast on Apple, Spotify, Google, and more. Moving the Chains is brought to you by Founders Federal Credit Union. Jerel, anything else for Coach? Let him go today.
Coach Helms, first of all, just thank you for your time today and joining us again. Recurring guests. We always like to have that. That means that you wanted to actually come back and join. So that's great. You've been successful every stop along the way, so we don't expect anything different here. Really excited to watch you, develop that winning culture down there in Chapin. So should be a lot of fun. And we hope that you do join us again. You mentioned that you want to be at Chapin for a long time. Maybe you can give us a season preview. Just give us something else going forward. But we definitely want you back on the program for sure.
That's right. Yeah, no, I definitely. You guys do a great job. I watch a lot of you guys' stuff, and I know we appreciate the coverage that you guys do. So I really would love to know how you got the list of potential candidates for Chapin. And then all of a sudden I see my name on there and I'm like, what do these guys know over here?
Sometimes the guys just throw things out in the air and we'll just see what happens. You never know. You never know. But Coach, man, we really appreciate it. Look forward to find them. Yeah, look forward to stopping by a practice game. Get to see you soon here, Coach, and best of luck. All right.
All right. Thank you.
Get ready for the ultimate South Carolina high school football experience with Movin The Chains. From previews to recaps, we've got you covered. Dive into our expert preview shows, predicting winners and sharing insights. Then join us post-game for the thrilling recaps, exclusive interviews, and highlights you won't find anywhere else. Plus, connect with fellow fans on our Friday Night Spaces on Twitter/X. No one covers South Carolina high school football like us. Join us at Movin Chains on all social media platforms and visit movinchains.com today.